welcome back to my channel. So I just finished a book and I don't really know what to read next. I don't really feel any particular way about any of the books that I currently own or have in my TBR, and I wasn't sure what to read. So I thought a fun little reading vlog slash way to keep me motivated on my Goodreads goal, because I am 2 books behind goal, is to let tarot cards decide what I read next. I have this, it's called Ethereal Visions. It is such a pretty deck. I will link the shop where I bought it down below, but I know a bunch of different shops sell it. And it is such a pretty deck. I honestly haven't used the deck in a little while. I haven't really been doing my tarot readings as often as I used to, but like I just like look at it. They're just like really beautiful, like gold, like foiling. This is such pretty cards. Tarot readings tell a story. That's what I really like about them. They tell a story, and I think they illuminate things that are happening or worrying you subconsciously, which is why I really like tarot. And so what I think I'm gonna do is have a 3-card spread, kind of see what the cards tell me, what they symbolize, things like that, and then choose a book that's on my TBR that I think might link up with that. I'm not entirely sure though, because like there really isn't a book. I mean, I'm sure there are that like correspond with the names of tarot cards, but like none that are on my TBR, I can tell you that much. So I've been really wanting to read some high fantasy, gonna be honest, but I don't really have much high fantasy on my TBR, or like physically, but I have so many books, I don't really know. Okay, that one popped out. So the way I read my tarot is if it pops out, it wants to be read, so it wants to tell me something. So I kind of like hastily shuffle it, and then I just let cards pop out. I usually just on my bed, so if they fall, it came from like this deck, so I'm gonna like shuffle this deck to narrow it down, and then I'll go back in there. Come on, which card was it? It was this card. Okay, back to the big deck. This is pretty, like, I'm sure they're gonna be like, this card popped out. I'm saying I'm sure they're gonna be like cards, like our like tarot reader people that read cards a lot more frequently and a lot more seriously than I do, and go, hey, you shuffled wrong or you did it wrong. And to that I say, I'm sorry. Okay, so the first card is the 3 of Cups that I just showed you guys earlier. So clearly that was a card that wanted to be read.
So pick me, choose me, love me.
The second card is Death, but it's reversed. It's reversed. The third card is the 3 of Wands. Okay, so looking at numerology, 3 is a big thing, and then have a major arcana right in the middle. So important things to look at. I have a little handy dandy booklet because I don't have the meaning of every card memorized, nor will I ever, I don't think. It's a lot. Some people do, and that's great. So we're going to start with 3 of Cups. So cups are connected to water, and so this delves into emotional states and relationships. So maybe a romance. Maybe this means a romance. The 3 of Cups is community, friendship, creativity, and pleasure. That's already like, I can already tell, like, I mean, death. So obviously we all know what death means as like a word. Death, and so major arcana are like important, like major things. It's like a major life event or a major like turning. So if you get a major arcana in your reading, it's usually like, oh, this is important. Death reversed is resistance, stagnant, immobility, or obsession. He is the harbinger of transformation. So break old habits, don't let something hinder you. Here's what I'm thinking right now without reading Three of Wands. 2 Lives of Lydia Bird. I don't own it physically, but I can see about getting it. The reason why I'm thinking this is because from what I understand, I'm gonna read the little synopsis. It's about a girl whose like boyfriend dies, and I think she's like jumping back on the horse and getting a new relationship, which is why I'm thinking that possibly this might be a really good book. So let's look at Three of Wands. So wands go with fire, and they give you insight into the core of what you are, internal and external. The Three of Wands is strategy, planning, strength, and travel. I still really think Lydia Bird fits in here, so let's read the synopsis of Lydia Bird. Or 2 Lives of Lydia Bird, I should say. Lydia and Freddie and Lydia, they've been together for almost a decade, and Lydia thinks their love is indestructible because she's wrong because on her 27th birthday, Freddie dies in a car accident. So now it's just Lydia, and all she wants to do is hide indoors and sob till her eyes fall out. Lydia knows that Freddie would want her to live well. So enlisting the help of his best friend and her sister Elle, she takes her first tentative steps into the world and starts to live and perhaps to even love again. But then something inexplicable happens which gives her another chance at her old life with Freddie, a life where none of the tragic events of the past few months have happened. But what if there's someone new in her life who wants to stay? So is this sounding like it kind of has a... Okay, it does say magical realism, because I was gonna say like a magical realism or some type of like supernatural element. I'm gonna go in my library because I don't own the book and I cannot pay for it. So I'm gonna see, am I logged in? If I can get The Lives of Lydia Bird from the library. Well, I'd like to read that one. I can't right now because I don't have a means of getting it. So I'm second in line for the physical book, but I know for a fact that they wait 7 days in between like somebody returning the book before giving it out again for COVID reasons. So, and I'm 17th line for the digital hold. So unless a lot of people read this book really, really quickly and then return it right after they read it, I don't think I'm gonna be able to read this. So let's find a book within what I got and see if we can make this work. Okay, so I have to use the books I physically have. Okay, so books that involve romance and emotional states. But I don't want to read the To All the Boys series. I don't. I've been not wanting to read those forever. This, I think, is about like a girl who's like emotional. Oh, there's death. There's always death in like YA books though. Okay, following her father's death, so somebody died. So we're just gonna loosely say that the death card is applying here. Oh, but they moved to a new area. They moved from sunny California to dreary Maine. So transformation, cool. But North Manor, I guess where they live, lurks a history. Behind North Manor's doors lurks a history that leaves them feeling more alone. What involves feeling an emotional? The Three of Cups. Let's look up numerology. Maybe I can connect it somehow to the 3.
It's gonna be so bad. Okay.
Okay, 3 has to do with creativity, according to Biddy Tarot. Creativity, groups, and growth. So it says she starts making friends, who I assume are going to be important. So like that's a group, and it's growth because she's growing from her grieving, and there's flowers growing on the cover. So yes, this is what we'll be doing. hopefully, they will tell me later in the week that Lydia Bird I can have it. In which case I'll be very, very happy. But for now, we're gonna read Horrid. Hi guys, so it's the next day and I've read the first like 50 pages of Horrid. The tarot cards might have done me dirty. I really haven't read a horror book ever, and this is technically YA. My pet peeve is when authors think their readers are stupid. And I understand this is YA, so like she is catering to a younger audience, but she still like doesn't need to explain stuff. Like I have some tabs, so I'm just gonna explain to you some of the things that were very annoying. So they're moving, okay, the premise is this girl's dad dies. We love a good dead parent trope. And they move from sunny California to dark, dreary Maine, and they move to this girl's dead grandmother's house, and it's all like dark and dreary and gloomy, and everyone thinks it's a creepy house, and like I think shady stuff is happening there. So they're moving, and the mother goes, "There's a blueberry capital of the world not far from here." And then the girl goes, "I don't like blueberries," Jane said, perhaps because she was determined not to like anything about Maine, including any of its seasonal fruits. Like, I understand that you're a moody teenage girl moving across the country. If she just said, "I don't like blueberries," she was determined to, she could even say she was determined to not like any of the seasonal fruits. Don't tell me, just show me. And she did this again recently. She's sus about her mom, and the mother is named Ruth. Ruth played the word secret for 16, they're playing Scrabble, played the word secret for 16 points. Jane thought that felt fairly accurate. Don't tell me that last line. Just like, she could have added some other words that they're playing, like this, that pizza, this, okay, this for this points. Just say, okay, she played secret. And end the because that was the ending of the section, and that would have given that same chance of foreboding and mystery without telling the audience. Stop assuming that your audience is dumb. Hi everyone, so I have very good news. I got an email today that The Two Lives of Lydia Bird is ready to be picked up. Hi all, so it's a little bit later in the day, it's about 3:30, and so we're gonna head out and go to the library, and we're also going to the grocery store because I'm gonna make soda bread. Hello, I'm back. My phone was being wonky while I was out and was not letting me take videos for some reason, but I have a fun grocery haul for you guys. All right, so first we got some snacks, and then I'm making no, I'm not making cinnamon raisin bread. I'm making Irish soda bread, which I'll add in this video too. So I got a bunch of ingredients for that. I got Q-tips for a friend. These are all for the bread supplies. More crackers. Butter to spread on the bread. Hair dye, I'm gonna dye my hair again. Pop-Tarts that are slightly opened. Okay. Tape. Okay, tape. Bread supplies. Bread supplies. I got goldfish for a friend. She wanted goldfish. Flour, bread supplies, and then I need specifically buttermilk for bread supplies. I feel like this isn't it. No, maybe this isn't, sorry. Buttermilk as for bread, and Delight creamer for my coffee. And I didn't get to film going to the library while I was there because, like I said, my phone was wonky. But I got The Two Lives of Lydia Bird, so I'm very excited to get into this. It looks very nice. It's a very different vibe from Horrid, so hopefully I'll finish Horrid tonight or tomorrow, and then finish this in the next 3 days. It's not very long, so I'm hoping it's like an easy read. It's like only 300 something pages, so. All right, so we got all the goods. Now we're gonna get cooking. Friday afternoon and I have officially finished Horrid. So I want to talk about it. I rated it 2 stars. Originally I gave it 2.5 stars, but then I felt I was being too nice. It's stupid. It's a stupid book. That's mean to say. And the whole like thing hinges on like this Agatha Christie. She's like not like other girls. She likes to eat books in her free time, like a yummy little snack. And she really likes Agatha Christie. She doesn't eat Agatha Christie books. She eats like children's books, but she does enjoy reading Agatha Christie and like talks about that a lot. There are 2 Black characters, the only 2 characters of color in the book, and their siblings, which I'm like, can they not just like exist apart? And there was no real need for like them to like be siblings except for like one plot point. Like at some point she like has these weird dreams of like walking down a hallway and like seeing a door. I wrote a story in 7th grade in Wattpad that was the same plot. Like, oh, this is a little more complex, but same plot. Like, I have creepy dreams in a creepy old house and there's a creepy little ghost girl. Like, or I think there's a creepy little ghost girl. Like that, I wrote the same thing in 7th grade. Like, and I'm not like, saying this to toot my own horn because that story wasn't good, but the fact that it's comparable to this, a published book where she's getting paid, there's like this big motif of roses as you can see on the cover, and like the whole thing is that there's a big rose garden and roses are weird, and I swear this book is about 320 pages. Roses are mentioned at least 400 times. I'm sure if you went and counted. There's one part, it was at the very end of the book, it's page 251, so it was like getting to the end, and she goes, the air smelled like fallen leaves and something spicy, like a distant bonfire maybe, and something else. Yes, roses. Always like roses. Like, I get that they're like, it's like a cool theme, but ultimately they're not really that important, except for they have like one like minor like importance, and it was just so like, they were shoving them down my throat. No like idea of how teenagers speak. At one point they're getting dressed for like a Halloween party and one of the friends dresses as a cat, like, and like supposed to be like a slutty cat, and the main character goes, dang, sexy cat. Never in my life. First of all, this book curses, so it's not like they like publisher was like, you can't curse in this book. Like, there are lots of curse words in this book, so I don't understand why she couldn't say damn. Like, that wouldn't but even then I would never say to my friend, damn, sexy cat. Like, no concept of how teenagers talk at all. None. What I would have really liked to see is in the very beginning of this book, I think what was actually done very well was this idea of like going crazy, and the reader, like, I kind of felt like I was going crazy because it was like her perception of things was like off, and she was like, I don't remember sending that text. Did I send that text? Oh my god, wait, this was like, and you couldn't tell, like, she threw a rose down and all of a sudden the rose was in her hand. She was like, and like she was kind of going crazy. What I would have loved to see is at the end of this, right after like this girl is dead in the grass, having this like zoom out moment, this big picture moment where no longer, like, it's all written in 3rd person, but it's very centered in her mind. Zoom out so it's not centered in her mind anymore, and just see like the mother come running out, and she's like, Jane, what are you doing? Like, see, she's dirt all over her hands and she's the one who killed this girl, and like that this girl has just gone crazy, and that none of what she just saw was real, that this was all like a figment of her imagination. And you could even add that spiritual element and the supernatural element and still say the ghost made her crazy, and maybe like everyone's gaslighting her, or everyone truly believes she's crazy but she can't like prove to them that she's not. It was just very weird. At the end of it all, it was just like she watched this girl's body just die, and then she's like, and I ate a rose petal, because she like moved on from eating books and now is eating rose petals like her dead sister. 2 stars. I don't recommend. I used to love horror, and now like I just don't anymore. Like, I haven't really read much horror, but I've read like maybe 2 other like thriller crime books, and they don't hit the spot. Like, I just don't like them. So now I'm gonna read True Lies of Lydia Bird for a little bit, and hopefully I like that better. Very different vibe. So let's hope the tarot cards that originally pointed me to that book give me a 5-star read, because this was not one. Hi, update. I'm about 15% through this, and I'm really liking it. It is not a 5-star yet, but it has, I haven't read enough for it to be 5-star, but it has 5-star potential. I'm really enjoying the writing. It's really sad. It's really sad, but like I'm enjoying it. Yay! I need a 5-star. I need a win. Hi, hello. Okay. It is next Saturday. And I'm about halfway through this book. I feel like I really haven't talked about it. So far, it still has potential to be 5-star. That's where I'm keeping it. That's my mid-book rating. I have to finish this book today because I have to return to the library tomorrow in order to get another book. And also I need to upload this vlog. So I have to finish this today. Hi all, so it's Sunday and I didn't finish it. I went to bed super early last night. I have a little less than 100 pages, so I am very confident that I can finish this today and give you guys my review before I go to the library. So let's finish it. Okay everyone, so I just finished this like 5 minutes ago and I have so many thoughts. 5 stars, 100% 5 stars. This book is so beautiful. It's just so beautiful and such like a wonderful story, and the ending, I didn't actually cry reading it, but it brought me very close to tears at so many points. There were like there were this many points in the book that literally made me like stop and I had to reread the paragraph over again and just go, wow. Like the tarot cards may have given me Horrid, or somehow led me to Horrid, but they really meant for you to read this one. This book is so wonderful. I 1000% recommend. It is beautiful and it's just good. It's just so good, and it's like a message of like healing and moving on past grief. I think is done and shown in like an accurate and healthy way. Like there are other ways this book could have gone and it didn't go that way, and I appreciate it so much. And I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it. 5 stars, I love it so much. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching my weird 2-week reading vlog. If you liked the concept for this video, let me know down below and maybe I'll do it again. And yeah, I will see you guys next week.